All right. Well, are you an audit leader? And did 2021 go the way you expected? If you're like most people, it probably didn't. I mean, honestly, we've been kind of in this weird phase for the last year and a half to 2 years. And if that's the case, I want to make sure that you're aware of a deadline that is coming up. Now, I know, a lot of people start to check out during December because we're coming up on the holidays. And because of that, a lot of people kind of either they're rushing at the last minute just to try to get everything done before they leave on holiday. And sometimes you miss some things. Emails might come through, there might be some social media posts, and you're just so busy that you just ignore it. So that might be you. And that's one of the reasons why I am doing this video. Now, if you're like most audit leaders, things are a little bit different, right? You're dealing with what a lot of times we would term as difficult clients. Maybe you're having some year-end discussions with your team, having to go through and do some annual reviews at this point. And I know sometimes those are kind of uncomfortable discussions to have. In fact, this last couple of years, we've been having a lot more difficult discussions than we had before because we're working remotely. That means you actually need some different skills and different tools than you needed when you were working in the office. I understand. I mean, I have people all the time that are asking me, so how do I do this annual review, over on video or, different things like that? How do I actually go through this? And there's ways that you can actually do that. But the reason, again, why I'm shooting this video is there is a deadline coming up. It's December 24th, which happens to be Christmas Eve. And some of you might start checking out on vacation this next week. Now, why is this deadline important? Because only a couple times a year is the Audit Leader Forum open for new members. Now, why should you care? Well, again, I'm guessing that you're having some of these difficult conversations. I'm guessing that people in your organization probably don't value what you do. Nobody likes it when you show up and start auditing them. You're maybe struggling a little bit more with managing people now that you're no longer in the office together. I understand because a lot of people are going through that. And the reality is, right, if 2021 didn't go the way you wanted it to, or you want 2022 to be different, you're going to have to do something different. Okay, one of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein goes something like this, right? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, if 2021 didn't go the way you were expecting, 2022 probably won't either unless you do something different. Okay. And the end of the calendar year is always a great time for us to kind of take stock of what's happened, what we would like to see different. And that's exactly what this time of the year is for, right? And so if you're one of those people that's sitting there saying, you know what, I want 2022 to be better. I don't want as much stress in my life. I don't want these difficulties in dealing with some of the staff members that I have working for me. I don't want to, have issues with my peers. I just want people to respect what I'm doing, to value what I'm doing. I don't want to feel like I'm working so much. I don't want to feel all this stress. Then the Audit Leader Forum may be exactly right for you. Okay. Because again, in this program, and I say program because it's one of those where you sign up for a year, right? There's a lot of these skills that you can't read a book for. You can't read a book. You can't take a 1-hour course and expect to learn a lot of these psychological tools that you actually need to have to survive and thrive in today's business environment. And that's exactly what the Audit Leader Forum does for you, right? There's a lot of pre-recorded content for you to be able to learn at your own pace. There are group calls with other audit leaders twice a month. And there's also some one-on-one coaching because, again, I understand that sometimes you're a little embarrassed, okay, that you don't know how to do something. Or maybe there is a particular issue with a staff member that you just want to talk to somebody about. I understand. I'm that way too. Sometimes I get so caught up in my head and I don't really know what to do. And when I just talk to somebody for a few minutes, all of a sudden I get this clarity, right? And that's exactly, again, another option that is in the Audit Leader Forum. You can get on the phone with me or with other coaches that are in the program and actually talk through some of this stuff. Now, why is that valuable? Well, I'll tell you, I don't talk to people usually unless they are in one of the programs. So if you want to talk to me one-on-one, this is how you do it. Okay. Now, what's that going to mean? It's going to mean that you have to be, ready to invest in yourself and willing to invest in yourself. But when you are, the sky is the limit on where you can go. Now, you might be a little skeptical because, again, if you're an audit leader, you've been taught to be skeptical. Does this Jason even know what he's talking about? Well, some of you are going to say, no, you don't, Jason. You're some weird looking guy. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I put a link here in the post. Go over to the website for the Audit Leader Forum. Read through the information and see if it's for you. Because again, on that page are also some testimonials from people who have been in the program for a year or 2 or 3, and you can see exactly the kind of results that they're getting. Because I will tell you, I've been in your position, I've been in that role before. It's often a very lonely position. Nobody else really understands what you're going through. Nobody really understands a lot of times the pressure that you feel. But I do. Other people in the group, we get it because we've lived it or are living it as well. And so again, want you to know that there are other people out there. Now, the choice is up to you, right, on whether or not you're going to do it. You have kind of 2 choices, right? You can sit here, not even listen to this video, just totally ignore it, totally go about what you're doing. But where are you going to be 6 months from now, right? Where are you going to be in another 6 months if you've had a bunch of difficult conversations? If you're dealing with staff issues, how much stress is that going to put on your life over the next 6 months? And do you really want to go through that stress, or would you rather have a way so you don't have to go through that? A lot of the tools that you can learn will help you avoid a lot of pain. I promise, because I've gone through it. Other people in the group have gone through it. And when they learn how to use these tools, they don't experience most of the challenges that audit leaders typically have. That's just the way it is. Okay. So why is the deadline important? Again, go over, look at it. If this is for you, again, I'm not here to twist your arm or try to sell you anything, but if this is a program that is of interest to you, get in on it now, because if not, you're going to have to wait. And if you have to wait, what's going to happen in the next 6 months? What I will tell you, and I have seen this from other people, I've had people that are so excited. Oh, this is great. I want to do this. And then they don't get in. And 6 months later, some of those people are actually out of a job. And I don't want that to be you, because especially at some of these levels, it can take you a year or year and a half, sometimes 2 years, if you're a chief audit executive, to get a new position. And I'm sure you don't want that to happen to you. So that's why this deadline is so important. Again, December 24th. So before you head off for the holidays, make sure that you go over and check it out. If you have questions, let me know. You guys know where I'm at. Hey, Philippe from Peru, how are you? He says, I'm a big fan of your podcast. Thank you. Like to bring out the episodes twice a week. So we just had one that dropped before on Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday, we had one that dropped yesterday, which actually is about getting out of fear and self-doubt. So thanks, Philippe, for bringing this up. Gracias, mi hermano. I think that's right. My little bit of Spanish there. But what I will tell you as well too, because I was actually emailing somebody this morning about this and about the fear and sometimes the self-doubt that we have as leaders. And sometimes we feel like we have to stay there, like we're always going to be in this fear and this self-doubt our whole life. And the reality is you don't have to be there, right? In fact, this person was saying they're an audit leader, and they were saying, you know what, every time I present in front of the board, I'm scared to death, right? Well, why would you want to go through life being scared every time you have to do public speaking or get in front of the board? Wouldn't it be much better to actually understand and have the tools to help you so you could feel more confident? That's what we talk about in the Audit Leader Forum. How to erase some of the things that are there, reprogram yourself, make you feel more confident, get you out of that fear and self-doubt, and have you be able to have the relationship skills to actually have good relationships with people. So honestly, people are going to love to be audited by you, right? How would that feel, right? Think about that. How would it feel to be loved by the people you're auditing instead of having them freak out when you're coming and worried like you're the Internal Revenue Service, the big bad person that's here to audit you? So that's why the deadline is important. Now, I know it's a holiday time. I know it's a busy time for a lot of people. But what I will tell you is the fact that you're still listening to this video means something that I said resonates with you. And you're thinking, you know what? I need to do something about this different for next year. Well, if you're feeling that right now, then do something about it. Because here's what I'll promise you. Couple of things, right? And I'm going to get back to those two options that you had before. So I got a little sidetracked, but hey, we do on live videos, right? But here's the thing, right? You can sit there and you can be really excited about it now, and you can move on and do nothing about it. That's what most people do. That's what 90% of people do. That's why 90% of people don't actually succeed and accomplish what they want to do, right? Because most people think, oh, it's a nice idea. And then they don't have the courage to actually go and do something different. So I hope that you will have the courage to actually take the bull by the horns and do something different this next year. And one of those things that you can do before the end of the year is to get registered into the Audit Leader Forum. Now, I'm going to warn you, some of the people are going to think, oh, this is great, I want to do this. And they go over there and find out it's not free. It's not free for a reason, folks. Okay. If you knew what my hourly rate was, you would look at this and go, holy shit, that is like a total steal. In fact, what's included in the program is about $20,000 worth of material that you'd normally have to pay that much or more to get anywhere else. And in fact, you can't get it anywhere else because nobody else knows how to do it. Nobody else has pulled it together the way that I have. Okay. And so again, just going to be honest with you there. Now, again, those two choices that you have, right? Get my hand over here in the right place. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. The two choices you have, you can ignore me, or you can look at this and say, it's a great idea, but I don't think it's for me right now. Fine. You can do that. But again, ask yourself, but if I don't do anything, where am I going to be 6 months from now? That's one option. The other option is you're fired up. You're like, yep, this is good. This is what I want. You can go click on the link. You can look at it. You can reach out to me if you have any additional questions, and you can get registered before the end of the year. And what I will tell you is when you do that, when you end 2021 having registered and be ready to get started in a program that will literally change your life. When you do that, all of a sudden you're going to start feeling a lot more confident, and you're going to realize that next year is going to be my year. You know, how many of you have done that? You've come to the end of the year and thought, man, I really didn't accomplish what I wanted to do last year, but next year is going to be different. And then you don't do anything different. And so the next year is the same as it was. And you go over and over and over again. That's how 90% of the people live their life. The fact that you're still listening means I don't think you're one of those people. So have the courage. It's your choice, right? Again, I'm not sitting here trying to twist your arm, because if you don't want it, I don't want you in the program. Okay. If you don't want it bad enough, if you're not willing to invest the time and the money to learn these psychological tools, it's your choice, right? It's your choice. But again, do you want to keep going forward with the way that you have been going forward? Having the difficult conversations, not knowing what to do with staff issues that you're dealing with, not feeling like you're valued in the organization. If you want to keep going through life that way, don't do anything. Click off this video right now, leave, go. Jason is a crazy son of a bitch. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But if that's not what you're thinking, okay, and if you want next year to be different, I'm telling you, folks, this is the only way to go. I wish I could give you a pill. I wish I could give you a pill that you could just go take and everything would just be fine. Because that's honestly the way that we've kind of come in this world. We just like a pill to make it go away. There is no pill to make it go away. But there are psychological tools. There are things that you can work on, things that you can learn how to do that will help take care of these problems. They're simple. They're not easy to do. And that's why they're in a program. Okay. So again, excuse me, if you're an audit leader, December 24th is an important time, because if you want to get in and start 2022 the right way, go back up or down, whichever social media platform you're working on, up, down, all around, and take a look at the link and get registered, because I would love to have you in the program and to actually help you. Hey, Yusuf, how are you? Watching in from LinkedIn. So, because actually, and what I'm going to do here is I got to wrap up because I got to go to my next meeting. I'm doing well. How are you, Yusuf? See, this is great with live videos, folks. So again, I know a lot of you are not really used to this, but if you actually comment and tell me that you're here, we can actually have a little bit of a conversation as we're going along, as well. So that's a beautiful thing with the live videos. But anyway, I got another meeting at the top of the hour, so I got to get going. But next to my desk, I have my little Mr. Rogers here. Won't you be my neighbor? And honestly, if you want to change, I want you to be my neighbor. I want you to come into this community. I want to share with you everything that I have learned, because I will tell you, when I was an audit leader and I was young, I didn't have any of these skills. I didn't know about these tools. And there were some times in my career that really sucked. Okay. But what I'll tell you is 25 years later, I know. Okay. I want to share with you. I want to share with you and give you all of the resources that you need, but you got to do the work. You've got to take the time. You've got to invest the money. But it's all there. Okay. So click on the link. If you have any questions, then message me, right? Message me here. Send me a message on LinkedIn or whatever. You can find me. Okay. I'm easy to find. But let me know if you have any questions. And I hope that you will be my neighbor. And I'll catch you on the next live video. See you.